Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Outside the Box Score podcast. As you can see, we're finally in person. We're in person. We are back. I am so excited. We have a little bit of a funky setup going on here. We're in a classroom.
We're making it work.
We're making it work. All the podcasts are going to be in person from here on out. Very exciting. Obviously, barring guests and our LA correspondents. That's a little sneak peek of what might be coming this coming season. But yeah, once we get everything up and running with Box Score, like the actual studio show, we'll have a recurring setup.
Studio setup, hopefully.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
It'll be really fun. But for now, you get to enjoy us here on campus, in person. I'm joined, obviously, once again, by the incredible Everest Leach.
Yeah.
How's it been going? What have you been up to since we last filmed? So 2 weeks now.
Yeah, I mean, I moved back into college, so we're here. Just been getting settled again and seeing everybody again, and a lot of people are already here, already around the campus. It's popping.
A lot of more early move-ins than I thought.
Yeah, for sure. I'm here doing moving assistant.
Yep, you can see
I know. I was like, no,
my orientation team leader.
Yes, sir.
My shirt today was international pre-O move-in. So this morning, starting at 7:30, went till 12, moved in all the international students, which was awesome. And then Tuesday's our big move-in day.
Yes.
So
I'm working 2 shifts on Tuesday, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Hopefully. I hope it's not crazy hot. That's my one, please stay under 80.
I don't think it will be because it's supposed to rain for you guys, which will be when you're watching this. It's supposed to rain in Boston today. So hopefully it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But you know what? It is what it is. Last year was hot too, and we still managed.
It's part of the experience.
Yeah. I'm excited though.
Me too. Excited to welcome a new generation of students in.
A new generation of Box Score.
New generation of Box Score.
Which is really what matters.
That's what ultimately matters. Yeah. Who's going to be on the show? Who's going to help out with the show behind the scenes? We always get some great freshmen.
So. We do. And I'm excited this year too because we've got a nice marketing campaign coming up. Some guerrilla marketing tactics on campus.
So excited.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be some posters, some clothes, some org fair shenanigans. It'll be good. I'm excited. As the date comes closer, it becomes more real. And the more real it becomes, the more excited I get.
I know you're just giddy. I can tell.
I am. We've been cooking behind the scenes, so it'll be fun. The big news today, or the big event that's happening today in the sports world, it is NFL Cut Day. Yesterday were the final preseason games, so this is really the unfortunate time of the year where guys who have been fighting for roster spots or guys who have underperformed in camp or getting cut or placed on practice squads, which is it's interesting because as analysts, you're looking at who makes the final roster, who is going to be a guy who ends up contributing to your team. Yeah. But it's also in the same breath, it's sad because these are real life human beings, These are real life human beings.
Real life families.
Yes, real life livelihoods, and a lot of these guys are undrafted rookies who are just trying to make a roster spot. A lot of these guys
had injuries that set them back in their career.
Exactly.
Trying to hang on. Yep.
And a lot of these guys too, you have former first or second round picks who never really panned out. They had injury history and they're trying to get their footing in the NFL. They're trying to get their footing in the league. And it's a sad day because when you're a coach, especially, and we've all seen Hard Knocks, the clips that they used to have. They don't do it anymore.
My mom cries every time the people get cut.
I cry.
She gets cut. She's in tears.
It's so sad because you get these emotional attachments to these players and to these fans. I mean, especially when you had Hard Knocks showing the cuts, and they don't show them anymore. I'm pretty sure.
I haven't watched through to the cuts in a little bit.
I think
they definitely used to.
I remember when the Jets were on Hard Knocks a couple seasons ago. They were the first team to commit to not showing cuts, which I think makes sense. There should not be an entertainment value out of seeing these guys get turned away.
Literally there. Yeah. There's no other business where, other than reality TV to an extent, I guess, where you film for entertainment, someone getting fired. from the job. Like it just doesn't happen. It doesn't make sense.
It's sad too because it's like imagine like you at your random like econ job at a Fortune 500 company, and like you had like a camera crew following you around, and you get called into the office, and they're like, "Listen, Jim,
man.
we gotta let you know that your performance hasn't been up to standard, and we're gonna have to let you go." Like in any other normal scenario, you're like, "What the hell is this
happening?"
Right, but with an NFL player, you're like, yeah, like, I didn't want him to make the round. Yeah, I'm so glad that my favorite
that bum couldn't catch
2 drops in a preseason game. Get off my
Get him
team.
out of here. Yeah,
yeah, it's interesting, but it's also sad. But I've been keeping up with cut day. I've been keeping up with who might make rosters, who might not make rosters. There's a couple big name guys. I mean, big name guys who might not make a roster. Obviously, I've been particularly keeping up with the Jets. One guy I'm really rooting for is corner Jarek Bernard Converse. Absolutely should be on the 53-man roster for the Jets. So I'm crossing my fingers, hoping that I think he should be the Jets' dime corner. But you never know.
I think he should be that, and he might not even make the final.
Yeah, it's Listen, it's the coaching staff and the front office obviously sees more than we do.
Yeah,
as much as we get to see during training camp and preseason games. There's so much behind the scenes.
As good as we think we are and the amount of effort we can put into it, it still doesn't compare to like actually being their coach.
Right, exactly. like guys who like make a living off of literally like living and breathing football. I'm not going to say that we don't do that in a different way, but our job is more about like the speculation of it all.
Right, yeah.
Their job is putting the best football team possible out on the field.
We're like creating the context around what they're actually having to do. And
yes. It's an interesting day though. I mean, the big name of it all today, me and Everest were talking about it before the podcast started. Shiloh Sanders, brother of Shador Sanders, son of primetime Deion Sanders, was cut by the Buccaneers this morning following last night's ejection.
Yeah.
You're doing yourself no favors.
No. I mean, if you're in any position I hope he can bounce around, find another opportunity, whatever. But if you're in a position where you might not be on that final roster with like safely within that 53 and you get ejected from a preseason game for throwing hands.
Yeah.
Like
it wasn't like even like ejected for like a big hit on a defenseless receiver or like
targeting or like it was like no, he picked a fight.
Right.
And
which is sad.
This isn't hockey, dude. Like I'm sorry.
I know. You're not an enforcer, my guy. Like you just like I'm not gonna say he Antonio Browned himself where like he just took off all of his equipment. Which is so funny too. Also happened when he was on the Bucks.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, obviously like Shiloh was one of those guys that like if you weren't even like paying attention, you still knew like he might be on the bubble. It's like interesting to see if he makes the roster. And he was a early cut this morning of a guy who did not make it.
Also a cut by the Buccaneers, Desmond Watson. Yes. The like 400 plus pounds.
He was like 438 or something. He was ridiculous.
Couldn't get down to the weight that they wanted him at and wasn't really able to get on the field that much. It's unfortunate because he was another like sort of fan favorite story coming into this preseason. Who knows? Maybe he'll be able to get down to a playable weight and make
I mean, that's what the team said. They came out with like a little sentence as a statement saying like, listen, like we like them. We just need him to cut down, and once he cuts down, we'll let him know that he's welcome on the practice squad. And
that's the good thing about cut day is like it isn't the end all be all. Like you can still practice squads, waivers, like you can bounce around. It's not like you're barred from the league.
Yeah, I mean, like Shiloh is one of those guys. Like he'll end up on a practice squad or for a team that just doesn't have good safety depth. Like he or like a team that doesn't have a great secondary. Like I could see him going in state to the Dolphins, whose secondary is weak.
Yeah, although they get Minka back, which is big, but.
Well, it'll be interesting just to see. Another guy that I think people should look out for is Donovan Edwards,
Yes.
former Michigan running back. Obviously 2 years ago was the best running back in college football.
Yeah.
Last year took a huge step
It was
back.
on the poster of college football 25.
Yeah, that was
on the cover.
the only man on that cover who ended up proving to have a great year was Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
Is
the
Travis
rest
Hunter
were kind of missing.
Quinn Ewers and Donovan Edwards. Donovan Edwards, I think, is like known to like still have like the potential to end up being like
Yeah.
a very good player. He just needs to put it all together.
Mhm.
Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers is Quinn
He had
Ewers.
one good throw in preseason I saw where he has.
Yeah.
He just isn't able to like same thing, put it all together. Like the deep accuracy is an issue. We'll see.
The problem with Quinn Ewers that I think he had in college and that he's shown so far in preseason that I worry about is the fact that his decision making is too slow. Like everything comes to him slow. And if it came slow to him in college, it's going to come to him at the speed of molasses in the NFL because these guys are bigger, stronger, faster. I mean, they are the best of the best. This ain't you're not playing an FCS school.
Yeah.
You're playing a bunch of guys who are the best players on their team in college.
And even like I'm always wowed because everybody who comes into the league, even the rookies who are immediately impactful, tell you like, no, it's different.
Yeah.
Like it is a step
It's
up.
an entirely different game.
You can get SEC guys who were going against what most people consider like the best in college. That's always well, he already played against the SEC, so he's all set. And even they are like, no, it's another step up.
It's why the debate is so phony about like, oh, could Alabama beat the worst team in the NFL this year? Right. And it's like, no.
No.
Like the worst team in NFL history
would cream
the best team in college football this year by like 80.
2000 Miami would get smoked by literally any NFL team.
Yes. It would it wouldn't be like just because okay, 2000 Miami, like amazing team.
Yeah.
Like had a bunch of future Hall of Famers. Right. But I mean, like those guys at the time, like they were not like they're athletes, but they're not athletes.
Right.
Like when you're in the NFL, you put on 20 pounds. Yeah. You've got like guys that are singularly dedicated to making sure that like you are the best possible player.
You don't have to go to class at all. Like it is your soul.
I mean, not that they go to class anyway, but
some of them go to class.
Listen,
they're business classes and they're
business classes,
sports development. I don't know.
They're when
nutrition classes.
Yeah. When they're not going through their classes that their coaches picked for them. But I mean, listen, it's still like a different.
Justin Herbert, 4.1 GPA.
Yeah. It's always funny to see a guy who like put it together like academically in college because you're like what time did you have? Like especially in like the modern era of college football, like in like the 80s and 90s, it's like, all right, listen, dude, like I know you were taking steroids behind everybody's back, but like you still like you were going to class.
Yeah.
Where like now, like I'm like, listen, like you got like you have like a like $50 million facility.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing in class? Like it's like you're Justin Herbert. Like
and I'm pretty sure he was a biology major too.
Yeah,
he was a legit major.
Yes.
4.0 GPA.
Yeah. But I guess it's great. I mean, it robes back into being one of those cut guys because like it's nice to have a fallback plan. Like you're not guaranteed to be a pro athlete. Not everyone that's drafted in the 5th, 6th, 7th round is guaranteed a roster spot. Let alone guaranteed to make major money, like be a Pro Bowl or an All Pro caliber player. So it's nice. It's always nice to see these guys succeed outside of the game. But I mean, there's a lot of guys that like are going to be on the bubble. A couple of vets that are going to be on the bubble. That I'm looking out for. I think Donovan Edwards, like for the Jets at least, is like my like if he makes it, like does he even get reps? I mean, that's a busy running back room. They got Breece Hall, who I mean is maybe on the trade block. They've got Braylon Allen, who I mean had an extremely solid rookie year and is looking in camp. Everyone has said that He's taken a big step up.
Cool.
I'm interested to see a lot around the league. I know your Eagles just made a move
They did
today.
make a move. Yep. Eagles traded for Sam Howell from the Vikings. He was got some burn in Washington when he was first drafted, and then moved out to I think Seattle.
Big arm. He was Sam Howell.
Minnesota.
Sam Howell was very Jameis Winston.
Yeah, he's big arm, athletic, decision making not really there. Same thing as Quinn Ewers a little bit. It just looks like it comes slower to him. Clearly some like raw talent there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think having Sam Howell as your backup quarterback is the worst option in the world.
And realistically, once we get into the heart of the season and the Eagles get Tanner McKee back, like Sam Howell probably the number 3 guy. I like Tanner McKee. I've been telling you.
You're a big Tanner McKee.
People in the Eagles organization think he's legit.
Yeah.
Like they think they've got something. He's just hurt right now, and they can't really go into the start of the season with Kyle McCord being their serious backup quarterback option. So I like it. We get Sam Howell, and then the Vikings, because they lose Sam Howell, go pick up a former Eagle of their own,
Carson Wentz. Yeah, which is another crazy quarterback room. JJ McCarthy and it's just
Wentz now added into that. Wentz is such another one of those like
he's just an odd player.
He's an odd player. Kind of seems like an odd guy from everything about him.
Yeah.
And to see him go from being an MVP candidate to then still getting some run with like other teams as a starter. I mean, I would say that year he was on the Colts for that middle stretch of the season. He was actually pretty good.
He was all right. Yeah.
Like he was solid, and then they kind of fell apart at the end there. Tries to go to Washington, and then it's just a perennial backup by the time he's 30.
But you know what? I think like the thing that most guys, at least like casual watchers of the NFL miss is that like being a career backup is an unbelievable success.
Goated.
It's amazing. Like Tyrod Taylor has had like the most awesome career. Like
other than that punctured lung.
Apart from that, like a guy who like.
Although I guess Chargers fans are probably pretty thankful for that because that got Herbert to start.
Yes,
we know where that's going.
Right, Mr. If.
Yeah, the if man.
The if man.
Hypothetical man. That's my goat right there. He's not better than Jalen Hurts, but I do like him.
I don't know. That's
you think Justin Herbert's a better player than Jalen Hurts? Yeah, you do. I know you do.
I do. I think
he hasn't won a playoff game.
No, I know.
He threw 4 interceptions in the wild card game against the Texans.
I know. And Jalen Hurts has the ring.
He's been to 2 Super Bowls, played great in both of them, played great in the NFC Championship.
But Jalen Hurts has also
accounts for pretty much more touchdowns than Justin Herbert over the past 2 or 3 years.
Jalen Hurts has also had a Super Bowl caliber team around him. Like Justin Herbert has never had the team. Especially and has never had the receiving.
Agree, but they go what 11-6 last year.
Yeah, but how much of that is because of Justin Herbert?
Quite a bit, but there's also Jim Harbaugh. I think he's an unbelievable coach, and that running game was super solid.
That team is going to continue getting better. I mean, I like Justin Herbert.
Rashawn Slater out for the year hurts.
Sucks.
Bad, though.
It does.
I think.
I mean, it's going to have to be the year for Joe Alt to be the guy,
and he can. Like I think he's so good. He's just a mammoth of a man. Like he's so big. He's so big.
The good O linemen in the NFL are just behemoths.
Yeah,
man.
Like Jordan Mailata, 6'8", like 3'4".
He's an animal.
Voice of an angel.
yeah. The Eagles Christmas songs are.
He does that. He sang like Stevie Wonder at his wedding. It was beautiful.
Really?
Yeah, he did. He sang Valerie at
awesome.
Like a bar one time. That one time. I love Jordan Mailata.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's funny that we're talking specifically about like some battles around the league, specifically the QB battles, because I think that has been the dominating story over training camp so far.
Yeah,
like whether it's talking about like Shador and Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel,
the Colts
with
what they've got going on.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish
Daniel Jones is the starter, baby.
Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson quarterback battle is something I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy.
Yeah, and I think I don't love Anthony Richardson. Like, I have no faith that he's going to truly work out in the league. But I do think the only reason Daniel Jones can be your starting quarterback named for the season is because that coaching staff is on the hot seat. And they know it. Because otherwise, it's like, what are you doing? You drafted Anthony Richardson to be a project.
Right.
And then you don't give him the runway to work that project
Right.
at all.
Right. I mean, Anthony Richardson has shown time and time again that he has this immense potential.
I mean, you saw that one throw in preseason. That was last, and it's like down, it's a dot.
Which is never a good way to determine because, as someone
Zach
who
Wilson.
Yeah, as someone who is a fan of the team who drafted Zach Wilson based off of the throw.
That throw.
And everyone who knows what we're talking about knows that Jets fans went through the worst rookie and sophomore and junior quarterback in NFL history statistically. Yeah. It was a rough.
Moms love him allegedly though.
Mom's friends really love him. His brother is playing in college.
Yeah.
He did not win the starting job in college. The Wilson family producing mediocre quarterbacks. Probably Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson on the Dolphins now.
Is he really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
He was horrible in preseason. He's horrible. By the way, that Dolphins quarterback room also hilarious because it's Tua and then like Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, it's insane that they've never invested more in their backup quarterback position, considering they have the injury-prone quarterback.
Right. It's just so hilarious because
go spend genuinely if you had spent a second-round pick on a career backup guy that you trust 3 years ago, they'd be in such a better spot.
Yeah,
the Dolphins. It's just the fact that every time Tua goes down, it's Tyler Thompson or it's going to be Zach Wilson. Like it's just
dude. I also wouldn't wish Zach Wilson on my worst enemy. Like, listen, I'm sure he's a great kid.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's gotten. I mean, I think probably after that first year, all the confidence was gone. I mean, it was never ever destined to work out. But he just. The problem is when you prove to be bad.
Yeah.
When given the opportunity to be a starter over and over and over again. And it's not like he hasn't had weapons. I mean, he had Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson is a top 15 wide receiver in the NFL, if not top 10. I mean, he's top 10 in my opinion.
He's top 15.
Top 15. I
saw that. Did you see the crazy take on Twitter that someone was like, Ohio State hasn't produced a number one wide receiver
I did see that.
Since Michael Thomas?
Yeah, not true.
And I was like, Garrett Wilson literally exists.
Bro, Garrett Wilson.
Chris Olave is the number one wide receiver.
He's the number one wide receiver on his team.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yes, like Ohio.
Calling Garrett Wilson not a number one receiver.
Garrett Wilson on a team with. Like, Garrett Wilson this season, I'm not saying...
McLaurin was also one of those guys that he was like...
Terry McLaurin, a guy who could be a future Jet. He could, dude. They're shopping. They're in the market. Them and...
Get him out of the NFC East, man. I won't complain.
Listen.
Only guy Quignon's got to worry about then is CD. I guess Malik Neighbors pretty good, but...
Malik Neighbors is amazing. Malik Neighbors is that guy.
He's a dog.
Dude, Malik
I had him in fantasy last year. And
he's unbelievable. I mean, like, Malik Neighbors was like a wide receiver one out of college. I mean, he was ridiculous.
I don't know what...
Marvin Harrison Jr. By the way, Marvin Harrison Jr. is great. I'm tired of people saying he's not great.
He didn't prove it last year.
No, he had his moments last year where if you were watching Marvin Harrison Jr., he was an athletic freak.
I drafted him in fantasy, and the first week I started him, and he didn't do anything. And then I was like, okay, let him get his feet under him. Benched him the second week.
Yeah, that's when
30.
That's when he popped off.
Second week.
Marvin Harrison is such a funny guy because, like,
he was so good at OSU.
His build and his skill set, like, realistically, like, should set him up for a Hall of Fame career. I mean, he's unbelievable. Kyler Murray, is he the quarterback for him? Are the Cardinals like the team for him? That's what the quarterback.
I think some of last year was on him, like not being fully ready to elevate to the next level. But yes. I still have faith in him being good.
He's unbelievable. I think he'll end up being amazing.
Hey, for that guy who doesn't think they've had a number one, just wait a couple of years too, because Jeremiah Smith, might be
Jeremiah Smith.
receiver then.
Yeah,
so good.
Dude, there's a hot crop of wide receivers that are going to enter the league that are going to be just dogs right off the bat.
Yep.
But there's a couple more QB battles too. I mean, you look at the Giants.
Giants. Jackson Dart's looking good. I can't lie.
Jackson Dart is looking good. I mean, I don't ever like to read too much into preseason because coaches are doing different things on every drive.
Yeah.
They're looking for different things. They're saying, all right, this is going to be a drive where we run three bubble screens and no matter what. Or we're focusing specifically on run blocking on the left side of the line. But with what you've seen of him, he looks good.
That's the thing. I totally agree with you about preseason, but I do think you can go, okay, was this thing that I just saw good or was it bad? And the degrees of those are obviously, we don't really know. But a lot of what we saw of Jackson Dart was that was good.
I saw a funny tweet that was like, if Jackson Dart proves to be good, there's no point in scouting quarterbacks anymore. And like, there's a former box score member, Kyler Myra, falls in that camp, does not believe that scouting really is worthwhile, which I disagree with. Because I think, like, obviously, like, there are guys and there are not the guys. I think Jackson Dart was one of those divisive prospects where you were either really in on him or you were begging your team not to take him. I know YouTuber Bengal, who's a
I love Bengal.
I'm a big Bengal fan. Shout out to Bengal. He's a huge fan of the Giants. And he was not necessarily a massive fan of the Jackson Dart selection.
Picks, like most years, I swear.
He does. He was not a massive fan.
Ever liked his Andrew Thomas, I'm pretty sure.
Dude, there's so many fun crash outs that you can see from some of his draft reactions, but not a massive fan of Jackson Dart. But again, that's a loaded, like not loaded, but crowded QB. I mean, it's Dart, Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson, who's going to be the starter.
Probably Russ week 1 still.
I think they announced it as Russ, but I'd be shocked if it wasn't anyway.
But he still has, I think, flashes and like he can string together good parts of
realistically, Russell Wilson should be the starter.
Yeah.
He is the starter, but I'd be shocked if all three of those guys don't end up getting reps throughout the year.
Yeah, I like what I saw from Jackson Dart. His thing, at least to me, was very similarly just like, can he make decisions quickly enough?
Yes.
And can he make the right read? Can he get to his second or third read?
Right.
And can he just hang in there and deliver in a pressured pocket? Because his accuracy when he's clean and his just raw arm talent, I do think is very good.
I mean, he also benefited from being in the best offense in college football.
That's the other thing.
The best offensive mind in college football.
It was the best offense. It was Lane Kiffin, but it also was a college offense. Right. And so that's the other question mark. But from preseason so far,
that's like the J.J. McCarthy effect, which again, another QB battle that we're talking about is what is J.J. McCarthy going to look like?
Yeah.
Because he, on the flip side, did not look amazing during preseason, had his moments, but the concern with J.J. McCarthy coming out of college last year was always like, how good is he
actually didn't see that much of him.
He was an incredible hander offer of the ball.
Yeah, Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards were definitely the soul of that offense, the offensive line.
And sign stealing, but
yeah,
which Jim Harbaugh is now banned for 10 years from college football, which is hilarious because he has been banned for more time consecutively as like an active head coach, I believe, than any other coach in modern college football history, which is for actions relating to the game.
Yeah.
We don't have to get into the Penn State.
We don't have to
all,
go there.
But it's how good actually is JJ McCarthy. I mean, he's going into an unbelievable situation. He's got arguably the best wide receiver in all of football.
He's got that. He's got arguably like the best quarterback mind, like helping out a quarterback in the league in Kevin O'Connell.
Funny preseason moment with him when he was mic'd up. Had a fun expletive that he dropped live on air. Because of a penalty.
He
was JJ McCarthy is again, I mean, you can say that about everybody. He's got the potential, but if there's a guy who has the ability to put it all together based off of situation, it's going to be JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, I know.
Like I feel bad for whoever ends up starting in that Saints quarterback room.
Oh,
Like
God.
that's its own animal that I don't even want to touch with a 10-foot pole.
Tyler Shuck, baby.
Dude, Tyler Shuck or Spencer Rattler or who
South
by the way,
Carolina legend.
I like Spencer Rattler. I'm a Spencer Rattler fan. Do I think he's going to be the guy? No. But like, do I think he's a fun player to watch?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the Saints are like a fun, like whatever happens team. But like when you think about JJ McCarthy, like if JJ McCarthy was in that Saints team, you're like,
oh God,
right? Like you're worried if he gets out alive,
Yeah.
and especially after getting injured in training camp last season, it's going to be his de facto rookie season this year. He's had the year to process what it's like to be an NFL player from behind the scenes, whether that's in the QB room watching film, whether that's working with Kevin O'Connell. There's no guy who has the tools to put it together in this rookie class than him. He's by far got the best situation.
I agree.
I mean, the only guy who can compare is who? I mean, it's not going to be Cam Ward.
Yeah,
because that Titans team is still not good.
They're not good.
Whether Cam Ward is the best player in this class.
Did you see the throw he made in training camp though, where it was like you didn't even see the wide receiver because he was blanket covered, and Cam Ward just put it literally perfect where he could go out and get it.
Listen, I'm rooting for all these rookies.
I think Cam Ward's going to be good. I don't know if the Titans will have a good season. But I believe in Cam Ward's talent. I think JJ's got a good situation. I think the offensive line could still be questionable, especially like one Christian Darrisaw injury, and it's a bad time.
Yes, Christian Darrisaw is another guy too, who the front office has not always treated with the most security. That I mean, obviously, when
should have it, like
right, he's unbelievable. But I mean, we'll see. There's a couple guys. Again, you're looking at the Tyler Shucks of the world, who I mean, very well could start, which is an unbelievable like. Tyler Shuck being a starting quarterback in the NFL is so funny to me. Yeah. Because like in no other scenario is he a starting quarterback on any NFL team.
Because to be honest, like QB talent as a whole, like down the line, it's better than it's ever been right now. Like we can talk about how some of these guys aren't that great relative to the rest of the league and the top of the league, like the Mahomes and the Allens, but yeah, if you go back to the like mid 2000s or the 90s or anytime, and I get it's a different play style, but just like go to the 20th best quarterback in those times. We're at a point now where like Kyler Murray might be the 16th best quarterback in the league. Right. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, you've got the guys who are, I mean, at the bottom of the table. I mean, they're at the bottom. I mean, like the Daniel Jones situation, never pretty. You look at a team like the Saints, where you're like, eek, I don't know.
Yeah, God.
Like I don't know what
the Raiders last year were an example of just like a tragic back room.
I mean, and still now a Geno Smith injury away because Aiden O'Connell's out 6 to 8 weeks. So a Geno Smith injury.
He better stay healthy.
Yeah, I mean, what happens?
Gonna have to bring back Minshew.
It's Ashton Genty is gonna run wildcat formations
for the whole game.
It's
just
all
gonna do the 2000s Dolphins strat of just running wildcat.
Did you see what their new nickname for him is?
No,
the Silver Surfer. Oh yeah, dude, that's elite.
That's good with how he stands too.
Yes,
he's like
they got rid of it. Which makes sense. I mean, when you get tired late in the game in an NFL scenario, it's a tell because you never want to be upright the entire game, and then if the fourth quarter hits and you're finally on your knees,
right? They should just have him start acting though. That would be so funny. Yeah. Like go out there and give a couple huffs and puffs before you, and then he just goes.
Send him to an Emerson College T&P class, and he's gonna be the GOAT. You'll never see a player like him again. Emerson College football, undefeated.
I'm so excited to watch him. That one run he had, that went a little bit viral, where he just like literally trucks an NFL
I'm so
defender,
excited. There's
and
a
then
couple
breaks
guys.
outside and gets the first down.
There's a couple rookies where I'm like, I'm excited. No
Running.
longer excited to see Abdul Carter because of the shade he threw at the New York Jets team. Which
it felt a little like weirdly defensive to me.
Dude, it completely
on Twitter, and
it was
like, you got rocked. I'm sorry.
Bro, you didn't just get rocked. You got rocked by the third tight end on the Jets. A converted wide receiver to tight end.
Yeah, and I get it's a cute chip block, like it's a schemed up. It's not.
It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
But like,
get on there and be like, that's the only good thing that'll happen for the Jets all season. It's like, you're a rookie.
It's so funny too, because like the only people that were paying attention to it were Jets fans. And Jets Twitter, I mean, Jets Twitter is so fun. I mean, it's one of the more entertaining the Stan Twitter fan bases on the platform. But I mean, it was only Jets fans being like this was fun. Fun that a converted wide receiver to our tight end 3 is he's doing that to Abdul Carter. Like they were like, this is your welcome to the NFL moment.
Yep.
And then he gets up, this is the only thing that's gonna be
like, you didn't do anything to me, and it's like, what do you mean?
Well, then the quit. But like it backfired because like now all the NFL fans are like, dude, like you look like a baby, which is so Giants, like you look like a baby.
The Giants are kind of a baby organization in a lot of ways.
I mean, I can't.
they're just. I don't know.
They're also going to be a team I don't know how good they're going to perform this year.
Yeah, I think they could get some wins. I also think they could be really bad.
Their defensive line
it's good.
They've got
very scary.
Arguably the best defensive tackle in all of the NFL. Mm-hmm. They've got Brian Burns, who's a top 5 edge rusher. And they've got Abdul Carter, who looked unbelievable during preseason. Other than that chip, he looked great.
Yeah.
Abdul Carter is scary good. And so that defensive line is amazing, but it's like, what else do you have? You've got the D line, you've got Malik Neighbors, and then
quarterback room could be okay, could also
not
weird, not okay.
They are such a weird
secondary is not very good.
I don't know how to predict how good they fare. They could be great. They could be a bubble playoff team. In a division that probably won't be good outside of the Eagles.
Yeah, I think the Commanders will still be good. I just have too much faith in Jaden Daniels. And maybe that is crazy after one season, but just the poise that he showed
he was
last year and his ability to do it both ways. I mean, his dual threat.
Losing his wide receiver 1 potentially could.
I feel like they'll be.
We talked about this on the last pod. We think he ends up getting re-signed, but you just never know.
Micah Parsons, on the other hand, it's bad.
It's looking worse.
It's not looking good. When Jerry Jones is going on podcasts, and
it's going to be so. Oh man,
it's
just such a horrible situation.
Yeah,
Jerry Jones.
Apparently, the rumor was that the Packers offered 2 first-round picks and more, and the Cowboys said no,
which is hilarious because it's you could lose him for nothing.
Yeah.
Also
just the fact that the Packers did. Well, I think we talked about it on the last show. I was like, the Packers should do this, but they won't because that's not who they are. So the fact that they allegedly, who knows, made that sort of offer was pretty telling.
It was
how they view Micah.
The NFL ramping up this part of the year is always so interesting.
I'm so excited.
I'm buzzing to for it to start. My loved ones are not. Because they know that I will
they don't talk
every Thursday, and Sunday and Monday I will be in a cave.
Yep.
Watching ESPN Red Zone.
Well,
you know what? We'll shift away from the NFL. Obviously, we've got the excitement there, and I'm excited to talk about it more when the season starts, and we get to talk about it more on the show and on the pod. But I want to switch to the track.
Okay.
We're talking Formula One.
Yes.
Which Everest is.
I'm newly starting to get into F1.
You and your mom.
Me and my mom. Yes, correct. My mom and I started watching. We started watching the Netflix show a little bit.
Drive to Survive.
We try to do a little bit of that first, just to get a sense of the names, the faces, who everybody is. And then you
realize that everyone changes.
Yeah, I was like, oh shoot. But I mean, a lot of them are still around from the
Yeah,
last
yeah, yeah.
season. It was cool to see like the episode with Carlos Sainz like having to find a new home and then finding out that he does
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
new
yeah.
home for this year. And then yeah, we've watched the last two races, and it's pretty cool. I
It's
like it. I see why it's as big as it is. I do think F1 is like an impressive marketing accomplishment
Yes,
in the
absolutely.
fact that it should not be as big. I'm pretty sure it has more Instagram followers than the NFL.
Yes.
Like the official page.
The international appeal of Formula One is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the fact that they've been able to market it so well in the States specifically is also fun because, I mean, listen, you've got NASCAR, you've got IndyCar, you've got all these different disciplines of
And the races are all on at like 7 a.m.
yeah. Like the fact that they've been able to market, like, I agree. It's unbelievable. And there's 3 American races. You got Miami, you've got Texas, and you've got Vegas, which is, I mean, it's just unbelievable. But
it's crazy how social media algorithms work too, because like the second I started getting into it, I just like everything is F1 now.
You're gonna love it even more once you start like getting into the nitty-gritty side of like the technical aspect of it.
You know, I want to,
because like that's where I'm at. Like I love
I
like
wish
talking about
the
the
TV
regs.
show dove into that more than it did, because I was kind of expecting that, but there's not a whole lot of the like the engineering of the cars and like what actually goes into it.
You will. I'll shout out another YouTube guy for you.
Okay.
His name's Tomo.
Okay.
Tomo F1. He does unbelievable work. He talks a lot about the the technical side of it, but he also talks a lot about the aesthetics of Formula One, which I think is very important in regards to.
Did you see the Brad Pitt movie this summer? The F1 movie?
I'm yet to see it.
Wow.
It
was pretty good. It was fun.
My parents
saw
they
what
liked it.
Kickstarted it.
I'm excited. I'm still. I've been so busy that like I just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
But it will be seen, and I will see it in a theater. It's still playing in the theater up here.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I can't.
I think it's still playing in IMAX too.
Probably. I mean, there hasn't been much else to come out recently. So.
Yeah, other than like Superman or Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
but like I don't even know if those were hot button IMAX tickets.
No, I don't think. I think F1 was more of a big IMAX deal. I thought it was really good. Like technically, it's an amazing movie. Like just the sound and the look and the feel.
Well, that's what happens when the goat
when the
goat produces.
Yeah, I love all the. Did you see the stories about like it took forever to sound engineer the movie
because Lewis the whole
would
time
just be like, "Oh no, that's not how turn 3 of this specific track sounds," and they were all like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "That's not how it sounds." And they were like, "How can you tell?" And he was like, I know,
right?
Like I'm Lewis Hamilton.
I'm Lewis Hamilton, 8-time World Drivers Champion, regardless of how.
Is he the GOAT?
In my opinion, yes.
Yeah. Who are the other contenders?
It's him, Michael Schumacher, Ayrton Senna are really the 3 that get brought up the most. There's a couple more that get.
If Max had continued like the 2 years ago, 1 year, like when will he start getting in that?
Max, by the time he retires, will be in the GOAT conversation. Okay. There's no doubt that he is one of the greatest drivers to have ever been put behind the wheel in a Formula One car. For me, he will never be the GOAT because I think that
he'll never be the GOAT for you.
No.
Wow.
The way I view Max Verstappen, I think he's an amazing driver. Obviously, I think he is already one of the greats. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But to me, when you are the GOAT, at least in like the discipline of Formula One, I'm not going to sugarcoat the fact that early on in Lewis's career, he was more touch and go when it came to being physical in the car. Michael Schumacher, same thing. Ayrton Senna obviously had, I mean, you should watch the Senna documentary because he was notoriously not always the friendliest on track. And I'm not going to say that you have to like just let guys by, but Max Verstappen to me will never be the GOAT because he has an inability to let people pass at all. You know, like there are times where he is intentionally dangerous for the sake of, if you try and get past me, like neither of us are going through. And that to me is not how you race. That's not how you race. I have no problem with racing physical, getting your elbows out on track. I don't even have a problem with incidents happening.
Yeah.
But it's when it reaches a level of like, if you try, you will get punted off the track. And when you're and a guy who should know that better than anyone after he went off colliding with Lewis Hamilton at Silverstone and had a 53G impact, which is literally like unbelievable on the human body.
Yeah, that's
insane. That's a guy who should know like it's more dangerous than ever. Formula One and the whole Formula discipline down to Formula 4 and even karting. It's Formula One, Formula Two, Formula 3, Formula 4. Then there's all the different disciplines.
Tough as it's so clear, like it's so like.
But it's not because like
going up one by one.
But it's not even up like it's not like Formula 2 to Formula 1 is like that, but like once you get to Formula 3, it's like different regions of Formula 3, and then Formula 4 is like its own thing. And then they used to have like they used to be named different things.
Like F2 to F1. Like I think it's cool because it's like a like college to professional, or even like baseballs is like what is triple A and double A, and like then you're just straight then you're going MLB. Like
it's weird, but the fun that he will never be the GOAT to me for that reason. Where like Lewis Hamilton is, I was lucky enough to watch him. I got into Formula One before my parents, and then I eventually got my parents into Formula One. I was lucky enough to watch him at a time where I felt he was performing at a level that I had never really seen other athletes compete at. You know, like there's like sometimes you just know.
Yeah.
Like when you watch LeBron, for example. I mean, when you watch LeBron in like midway through his career, like the late Miami, early Cleveland return, like he was undoubtedly like as much as you like or dislike him, he was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's insane. The numbers are crazy. The 2018 playoff run specifically, those numbers are
like
I can talk LeBron.
When like our parents talk about watching Michael Jordan in the flesh, you know, there was just a feeling. Lewis Hamilton gave me that feeling.
So why has he fallen off? Is it just the car stuff, or is he old? Like, is there a step you lose when you get older in F1?
I mean,
I'm just asking as a new fan.
Yes, like, there is a step you lose when you're older because the physical aspect of Formula One is it takes such a heavy toll on your body, you know? Like it's heavy G-force on every corner. And the diet you have to maintain. Lewis Hamilton talks about it, like every pound that you gain is a tenth of a second or like half of a second that you lose. And it's unbelievable to even think about that. So these guys keep themselves on like such a strict diet regimen, and they are literally going through these unbelievable physical workout sessions, and they're in the simulator. So I think yes, it's part of it is age, but I don't know if it's necessarily just the age, because Lewis, when you watch Lewis, he still has his flashes where you're like, he's still in there. I think post Abu Dhabi 21, post losing the championship in illegal fashion, really, admitted by the FIA to Max Verstappen, I think that season was so draining that losing it for him, I think if he had won, I think he was going to retire. And it's unfortunate because I just don't think after that he has been able to put it together again. I feel like he lost it. Like he never was able to fully recover after that. And now I don't think it's completely that. Like I think after that, then we had regulation changes in the sport, and Mercedes just was not able to field a championship contending car. Red Bull was dominant. And switching
like a lot of people thought when he was gonna come over to Ferrari that it would be a clear sort of revitalization, right? Like it was possible that he would,
I think,
shoot back up, and that hasn't really happened. Like
I think he was hoping for a better car. I think he was hoping that the transition would be more seamless, and it's kind of just been this continuation in this latter half of his career of being in a like all right car.
Yeah.
Competing
Everything's kind of all right.
Right. Competing for top 10 slots, but not really for the podium, not for wins. Yeah. He had his one sprint race win early in the season, which was awesome to see. But he I still hold out hope for Lewis because I do think that in there he still has that fire. Mm-hmm. But I think if next season he doesn't put it all together, I think it's it for him. Which is sad because it's just been such an unbelievable fall from grace.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was gonna ask because I was like, everybody who's watched F1 for a while is like, dude, you just don't like he was the GOAT. He is the GOAT. He was unbelievable. And I'm joining it now, and I'm like, he's like ninth every time.
Yeah, it's sad to see, but I think you see that. I mean, a lot in sports. It's not just Lewis Hamilton. You see a lot of these guys who are your childhood heroes. Mm-hmm. Once you come of age and they hit the back half of their career, they just lose a step. Like I think Tiger Woods is a great example of that. Like he had his one Masters win, which was
that's such an unbelievable thing to have
unbelievable story
in sports. Yes. For him to win another Masters at that that far apart.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at Tiger now, and you look at Tiger before that, and he's not the same. Mm-hmm. He's just not. He will never ever be the Tiger of his youth, and that's okay. I think at one point or another, you just have to sit back and
Father Time gets everybody, dude.
It does.
As much as LeBron and Djokovic and some of these other guys are fighting him pretty good right now. Fighting the good fight.
It comes.
It's coming for them.
The wear and tear is just too much on your body to sustain it for such a long period of time. But the overarching conversation we were going to get to with Formula One before we got a little sidetracked.
There we go. I'll let you get into it.
We'll talk about it quickly. We're having a fun extended conversation about just NFL and Formula One today. Is that Cadillac has not announced, but sources are saying that Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas are going to be their drivers when they enter Formula One next season as the 11th team. There's going to be 22 drivers on the grid. It's an experienced driver lineup. I mean, I'm a big Valtteri Bottas guy.
Okay.
Checo is extremely experienced. He's they call him the tire whisperer.
I like that. Why do they call him the tire whisperer?
Because he notoriously has been able to extend his stints on tires that realistically,
like he won't have to go into pits for
should. Like there are moments in his career where like he's made like a soft tire last twice as much as it should have.
That's awesome.
There's like great if you should watch in one of the races. It's like an iconic Checo race when he was with what is now known as Alpine. Where he went from 20th to 1st. And it was just like because of him being the tire whisperer. They also call him the Mexican Minister of Defense.
I love it.
So he had a rough end at the end of his Red Bull stint, which was an unceremonious farewell for a little bit, but I think he has the chance to. I mean, it's an unbelievably experienced duo, so I think he has the chance to really like put two and two together if Cadillac is fielding a nice car. Valtteri Bottas, same thing, was the number 2 to Lewis Hamilton for years and years. Is a multi-time race winner. Just an unbelievable driver through and through. He again unceremonious farewell from Formula One after driving for Kick.
Okay. Yep.
And now he's the reserve driver for Mercedes. He's the flying Finn amongst a plethora of other flying Finns in sporting history. Yeah. I guess the one in Formula One that comes to mind is Mika Hakkinen, who I believe is Finnish. I could be wrong, but I think they have the potential if Cadillac fields a competitive car to cause some troubles in the field, I think the more interesting story, obviously, is the fact that there's going to be a new team for the first time in however many years. We've had 10 teams for forever now.
I was gonna say, like what will that due to the congestion on the track and like how the race looked with adding two more cars into it. Because I already feel like just watching, especially at the start or when you get like a pileup of kind of four cars that are close to each other. I feel like adding two more into that is going to be significant.
It's chaotic for sure. I mean, that's not to say that it's never been like that before. You know, they used to, but it's all about the regulations. Like when the last time we had more than 10 teams on the grid, the cars were smaller. Like physically, like way smaller. The cars were smaller. It was easier to follow, and easier to pass. So the new regs for 2026 and beyond are really going to determine what it's like. The cars are shrinking by a couple inches or a couple centimeters. I can't really remember. The cars are shrinking. They're eliminating DRS, and they're integrating a new like power engagement system, where there are certain parts on the track where you can enable, if you're within the second, similar to DRS, where you can enable like access to a different area of power in the car, which is going to be interesting. So it'll be odd to see the transition because again, DRS was implemented as a way to allow cars to follow each other better because the regs at the time created so much dirty air, so it was really hard to follow and it was really hard to pass. And so now they've tried working towards making sure that you can follow the car in front, more competitive racing. But to me, at the end of the day, more competitive racing will only come when you continue to shrink the cars again. So we'll see. I do think it'll be congested.
Why have the cars gotten so big?
Some of it is safety. Some of it is in order to increase safety.
That makes sense.
Some of it has been aerodynamics to try and integrate new front wing designs and new rear wing designs and new underfloor designs. A lot of it has been engine. But again, like in the new regs, we're eliminating an entire component of the engines. Which will be interesting. There's a lot changing in these new regs. The drivers so far don't seem to like them. In the simulator, they
I have seen that.
Lance Stroll, who I mean is not my litmus test for what I should like as a Formula One fan. But it's interesting when multiple Formula One drivers come out and are like, we don't like the new regulations. And part of that I think is a little bit of the guys saying to the FIA, like, give us what we want. And I think part of it actually is not liking them. I think at the end of the day, what every Formula One fan wants, at least like a tapped in Formula One fan, the non-casual viewer, is competitive racing at the end of the day. The drama off the track is fun. The drama on the track is more fun.
Totally agree.
It will always be about the racing for me. And I think that's something, unfortunately, that the American audience specifically has been unable to grasp because of Drive to Survive. And I bring this up to my parents all the time because, I got them into it and then they watched Drive to Survive afterwards. And they are obvious, like they're not casual viewers. They're more into it than I think the average American. But the Americanization and the like reality televisionism of Formula One in the American sphere has kind of led to this like almost like stan culture of fandom.
Definitely get that.
That does not exist abroad. Like abroad, like I compare it to like soccer culture abroad, where like you have football hooligans and ultras, but it's like you are a part of the team. Like the Tifosi in Italy, they are Ferrari. Like that, like they live and breathe it from like when you are born to when you die. It is a part of you. Where like here, there's not that same level of connection. It's more about like the drama of it all and like the spectacle of it all. Like that's why at like Vegas, like you have like it's all about like the fanfare and like in Miami, it's all about like Americanizing everything. Like Austin forever has been like Daniel Ricciardo coming in on horseback and wearing the cowboy hat
Sure.
and the assless chaps, where it's not like that in other places. And I think that's lost on American fans a little.
Yeah, and I also think just the nature of the sport itself, like there has to be competitive racing for it to be at its most interesting to me, because it's like you can't just have a camera on one guy for the whole time and have it be interesting. Like that doesn't translate to a. So when you're having to film the sport as it is, it's going to be the most interesting if you can get the most time with multiple cars in one frame in one shot, close to each other, competitively racing.
Yeah, and I mean, I think too, like American fans were absolutely spoiled by like getting into Formula One right when we had like the prime of the Max Verstappen Lewis Hamilton rivalry. And we were spoiled with what was possibly the greatest season in the history of Formula One. And post that, you had like 4 years of Max Verstappen dominance, and now you've got the Lando Oscar battle. But when you look at it in comparison to battles throughout the 2010s between Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel, or Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg, or even further back, you had Lewis Hamilton and Felipe Massa, Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso. And I'm naming them like off the top of my head, and then you can go farther back at where you have Ayrton Senna and everyone that he would collide with. And you had all like James Hunt and Niki Lauda. Like these were iconic rivalries. Michael Schumacher and everyone who tried to dethrone him during his era of dominance at Ferrari. The battle between Oscar and Lando, like they don't have that dog in them. They don't. Like they're
I like Lando though. I think Lando's cute. I think he's
I used to be a Lando fan.
Why are you not anymore?
I don't love how much of a baby he can be.
I just think he's kind of.
I think he's good for the sport though.
I agree.
I think he's good for the sport. I think he brings in a younger audience. He has his own YouTube channel called Quadrant.
Okay.
I think he's good for the sport, but I'm not a fan.
That's fair. I feel like from a purist perspective, I could see not being as much of a fan. I do think as a new, younger, getting into it, I think he's fun. Like I've kind of grown to like Lando.
I just think like him and Oscar are very polite. Like they're very like, I mean,
although Oscar, at least from what I've seen, and I don't know if this could be off base, he does seem like a little bit like, no, I want first place. Like I want to win, and I am going to be upset if I don't. Like the 2 races ago when he got the penalty, which is why he lost, and they were trying to interview him about it afterwards, and he was just so cold.
I think
everything. Like Oscar is competitive as.
I think you don't race in Formula. Like you race to win. In Formula One. No matter how competitive the car is, you race to win. All these guys are. I mean, it's the 20 best drivers in the entire world. They want to compete. They're competitors. I guess my thing between like the Oscar Lando rivalry is that like there doesn't seem to be any fire. There's no animosity, especially and between them. Like they're very cordial.
Yeah, I think some of it comes out on the track once in a while.
Yes.
Like they'll be like the team will be like, "Well, do you want to let him pass here, and then we'll do?" And they're both like, "No, I want to be first, or I think be ahead of him." Or
unfortunately, I mean, part of it I think is due to the team. The team is saying like that the McLaren pit wall has consistently maintained that Oscar and Lando have to be polite. They're not allowed to race each other too hard. It's always hard but fair, which is when it's a team versus team, when it's driver versus driver within the same team. Hard but fair is code word for don't fight each other hard.
Yeah,
it's code word for if one of you makes a mistake and makes the other crash, there will be punishment. And so, I mean, listen, I think as the season winds down and we get to the final couple races of the year, if it's as tight as it is now, I think the team will let the guardrails down and the training wheels off a little bit. But as of now,
do you think the league would, in a situation like that, like would F1 itself or the FI, like would they step in and push to like they can't do that or they
I
wouldn't?
mean, they could, but I don't think
Like,
they would.
you don't think so? If it's like close at, because what if it's close at the end and then McLaren is just like, okay, don't do anything.
No,
We've got the top two.
no, if they're close, I think it'll depend. Like McLaren will win the
Yeah,
constructors championship.
obviously.
Once they secure the constructors championship, I think once that is fully fleshed out, then they'll kind of let the leash off. They'll let them race because I think when you're a constructor, when you're a team, when you're a McLaren, right now your first priority is winning it for the team, making sure that you're gaining the prize money, and then letting the girls fight.
It is very interesting in that like they are teams, but at the same time, the individual athletes on those teams, it doesn't operate the same way it does in like the other big team sports.
Right. When normally when you're on a team, you're a team.
You are a team. Your successes are
there's ulterior motives
yeah
at play when you're in Formula One, especially if you're competitive in Formula One.
Yeah.
I mean, you do a lot of helping, but there's a lot of code word used to try and
especially in a situation like this where like you're both 1 and 2.
Yeah, for sure. I think we've seen some good racing. I'm hoping it's good racing for the rest of the year, and for the rest of the season. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the back half of the grid step it up a little bit. It's nice to see some of the teams be a little more competitive this year in comparison to previous years. It's been a little dry for a while, with the Max Verstappen dominance, where he's just you've kind of known from the beginning that
it does feel like you shifted, like you just straight up went from Max Verstappen is going to win every race to that's not going to happen anymore. But instead, McLaren's going to go 1-2 every race.
Yes,
and it's not the most fun.
No, it's not. But I enjoy. Again, I'm big on the technical aspect of it. I like the strategy side of it. It's fun to see. It's fun to see all the like intricate details that go into it. And I think like as much as you know, you'll never know as much as they do.
Yeah.
I mean, these like you think of like the guys who change the tires, the mechanics as like these guys who are just like changing tires, but like a ton of them have like aerospace engineering degrees or like they go and get
to work for NASA.
Right. They get their masters in like technical aerodynamic design and they're like these unbelievably smart people.
Yeah.
But like you don't think of that necessarily right off the bat because
you're just watching them do.
Right, exactly. Or like it's again like the Americanization of it. Like when you think of motorsport, like you think of NASCAR.
Yeah.
And when you think of NASCAR, you're not thinking like Formula One is a posh sport. Like it's for the elites. Like you have to be wealthy to try and compete.
Do it. Yeah.
And NASCAR is in the States, I feel like associated with like Southern culture.
Yeah,
and
very like rugged. Like,
like neckbeard men, beers in the middle of the racetrack as we go around in the circle for 250 laps. And Formula One's not like that. And that's not to discredit the NASCAR boys because they do their own thing and it's impressive in its own way. And it's the same thing with IndyCar and rally car and Le Mans, like hypercars and I don't talk about Formula E because I think it's a joke, but I think they all had each discipline has their own strengths and weaknesses that I think make it interesting and I think are all valid for different reasons. If you like one over the other, I'm not gonna police what you watch. But I do think Formula One to me is, and I think to most people, the pinnacle of motorsport. MotoGP is also really fun, which is all like it's the Formula One but motorcycles. Which is it's almost crazier to watch that because it's just them on a bike with no other protection other than the bike. It's wild. Rally car is also really fun. it's like crazy to see. Like if you watch like clips of when they're off-roading and they have the tearaway visors, and they're like all this dirt coming into their face, and they're and then they've got the guy in the car with them. Left three, left four, and they're always yelling at each other. It's awesome. But I'm glad that you're finally getting into Formula One.
I know, I'm excited. I felt like I had to with how much we love to talk about it on the box score.
Yeah, and it's nice to have another Formula One person on the squad. You and Cam.
Yeah, bro. Give me Cam and me in an F1 segment this season.
Oh God.
Let's go to work. I'm gonna have to prep.
You're gonna have to brush up because
like
Cam
eat me alive.
Cam is our resident eat you alive person. So
yeah, and she loves F1.
Yeah. So it'll be good. Will the next time you see us be in a more professional environment? 2 weeks from now? Maybe not.
Probably. I would lean. No, I wouldn't make that promise yet.
I won't make the promise, but
soon.
Soon.
Yeah.
If not next episode, 100% the episode after that.
Yes.
You'll see us in
a
proper set. Yeah.
I think this was nice for today.
It was. It's nice to be in person again. It's nice to feel like we're getting back in the swing of things.
Yep. Totally agree.
And we're just gonna start getting this weekly content.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yep.
It's gonna be really fun. If you enjoyed this, you can find Everest where?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter. I mean, Twitter, I mainly just repost funny stuff that I see. But it's Everest.Leach, or I think Instagram's Everest_Leach, Twitter's Everest.Leach. Yeah. And then my personal podcast is called The Mountaintop. You can find me over there on YouTube. Yeah. Trying to get it up on the Spotify's and Apples and stuff of the world. So hopefully we'll have that going soon. But I like doing the YouTube thing. You can see my beautiful face and all the expressions. Do a lot of sports stuff over there, some pop culture stuff. Yeah. Big movie guy, if you couldn't tell by me bringing up getting on Noah's case about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find me on Instagram at Noah.Berkowitz. Follow us at the Box Score Instagram at EIV Box Score.
Please do. We're gonna be putting out great stuff.
We are. I'm excited, especially as the school year begins. It's going to be lots of content all the time. Be ready. You can watch this, obviously, if you're watching this on the YouTube. Watch some other episodes of the podcast. Watch some other episodes of the actual show. If you're listening on Spotify, I love my Spotify audience. I'm glad that you're tuned in. You're ready. You're locked in. You're a unique audience. So we'll see you in 2 weeks from now. This has been the Outside the Box Score podcast. And you'll see us next time you see us, not just me and Everest.
Yeah.
It'll definitely 100% be different people.
And thank God for that. Yep. As much as I love Noah and just doing the one-on-one chats.
It's been fun, but we're ready to expand once more. Yes. And hopefully we may have more of the professional microphones by then. So we'll officially see. But this has been the Outside the Box Score podcast. Make sure you check us out on our socials, my socials, Everest socials. It's been a ride. But we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye, everybody.